Okay, guys. So today I will start with the introduction to Java. So firstly, introduce myself. My name is Tejesh. So I have around 6 years of experience into technical training, and I will be the technical trainer for this session. So I just want to understand, who is the participants here? Can you guys introduce yourself? Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, my name is
Okay, my name
Arjun.
is Arjun.
I'm from
I'm
United States.
from United States. Okay, hi Arjun. It's nice to meet you. I think there is some echo. Okay, no problem. So guys, I want this session to be interactive. Okay, because I can't. It should not be one way. Okay. So I will teach you some topics, and also in between, if you have any doubts, feel free to ask. Okay. So do we have any other participants for today? Okay, good. So we'll start. Okay, so let me start with the introduction to Java. So I will give you some origin of Java, and also I will explain the history of Java, and also some of the features, and also I will explain how Java code will be executed in the system. And in the end, we will be having the quiz. So, okay. So what is Java? So Java is a programming language and a platform. So programming language everybody know, right? So we have programming languages like C++, Python, JavaScript. So like that. So Java is also a programming language. And what extra we have is a platform. So Java is a programming language and a platform. So what do you mean by platform? Any hardware or software environment in which program runs is known as platform. So here I have mentioned hardware and software environment. So when it comes to hardware environment, so Java not only run in your computer, Java can run in your ATM machines or a refrigerator or a smart TV. So Java can run in hardware and also software environment. Software environment means so we will be developing the applications, right? So whether it can be web application, Android application. So these are all comes under software environment. So basically Java programming, so it's a platform and a programming language. Okay, so where and all it is used. So Java can be used to develop the desktop applications. So what do you mean by desktop applications? So the applications which you can run in your PC or your computer, right? So for example, so currently I'm using Microsoft Word to see the presentation, right? And also we have some of the applications like media player. If you want to run any video or a song, so what we use is media player, correct? Antivirus. So for your system, we need a antivirus, right? So these are all the some of the applications which we run in the desktop, right? Next is web application. So web applications, what we will be having is we'll be having the URL, right? For example, if you want to use Google, so what exactly you're typing? So you will be typing www.google.com, correct? So similarly, we will be having a Facebook, right? Instagram, right? So all this will be running on your browser, right? So I can call it as a web application. Similarly, we will be having enterprise applications like banking, right? So in banking, what we do? So we go with the money. What we do? We deposit the money. Then once we deposit, the money will be added to the account. Then what we do? we also withdraw some of the amount, right? Sometimes you can make the fixed deposit. When you make the fixed deposit, what will happen is, so if you keep it for 5 years, you know, the money will be doubled, right? So what will happen there? So we'll be writing lots of code in Java, so that will automatically calculate the money whenever you are depositing, whenever you are withdrawing. It has to accurately show the result, right? Similarly, mobile applications. So in mobile, so we will be using multiple applications, right? So for example, in mobile, so we will be using this camera application. We'll be using the media players, right, to listen to the music. Similarly to watch, we'll be having a gallery application, right? So we'll be having lots of applications which we use it in the mobile, right? So there they will use Android application, right? So next is embedded system. So what do you mean by embedded system? So embedded system is nothing but it's a combination of both hardware and software environment. Okay, so that is called as embedded system. Next is smart card. So your Java code will be in the smart cards as well. Okay, and also if you want to develop a robot, or if you want to develop any game, okay, so you can use Java to build all these applications. So we will be having lots of other programming language also. For example, we have C sharp, right? So that is also can be used. But Java we have. So Java, if you use, so it is also a more secure language. Okay. So when I'm explaining about the features of Java, I will explain why Java is secured, why most of the companies will use Java. My company, currently I work for one of the company. So in my company, we use uh, it's basically insurance company. Okay. So in insurance company, to develop the applications, we will be using Java. Why we are using Java? Java is very secured programming language. Okay, so that's why if you take any banking related companies or insurance related companies, so majorly we will using Java. So why? Because it is very secured. Okay, so why it is secured, how it is secured, so we'll be seeing it in upcoming slides. Okay, so just now I've explained some of the fields or area or domain where we can use Java code. Okay. Okay. So we'll be having additions. Okay. So this is understanding the addition is very, very important. So we will be having additions like Java SE, Java EE, and there is one more Java ME. So what exactly is this addition is all about? Java Standard Edition. So as I told at the beginning, so I have explained something called as desktop applications, right? So in desktop applications, I have explained we'll be having these media players, antiviruses, right? So all this will comes under desktop applications. So if you want to develop any desktop applications, then you can use Java edition, Java standard edition, Java SE. So we have another edition that is called as Java Enterprise Edition. So in our course, we will be focusing on Java EE, okay, Enterprise Edition. And also, whenever if you want to apply for a job, so if they mention Java EE developer required, which mean, so what are the technologies they are asking? So basically they are asking like, so do you know topics like Spring Framework, or do you know Hibernate, or do you know Servlet JSP? Okay, so in Java EE, in a Java Enterprise Editions, so we will be using these technologies. Okay, so whenever you find any job application, if they're asking for Java EE developer requirements, they're indirectly asking Java web developer is required. Okay, Java Standard Edition it is for the desktop applications, Java EE for the web applications. Okay, so the technologies we will be using to develop enterprise edition is, I just now mentioned in our course also, we will be learning Spring Framework, Hibernate. So these are all the editions we will be using it. Okay, next we have one more edition called as Micro Edition. So when I was a fresher, so if there was a name Java ME, I thought it's a mobile edition. Okay, so but the full form of Java ME is Java Micro Edition, which we used to develop mobile applications. Okay, so currently we have seen three editions: SE for desktop application, EE for web application, ME for mobile applications. So here the technology we will be using is Android application development. Okay, so if you find any job with the name Java ME developer is required, means they're asking for a developer who know how to develop Android application. Okay, if they ask Java EE developer required, means they're searching for the web application developer. If they ask Java SE developer, means they are looking for a developer who want to develop the application in desktops. Okay, so these are some of the additions uh, which we'll be using. Okay, as a Java developer, you need to know the additions as well. Okay, okay, so let me start with the history of Java. I don't want to go in detail, why, how, and all. I will give you some glance, okay, about the history of Java. So it's all started in 1990s. Okay, that time they needed a programming language which they want to develop for the setup boxes. Now, what do you mean by setup boxes? So in India, we use setup boxes like Airtel or Jio or Videocon or Sun Direct. So which we want to, see the channels, right? We want to see the new channel or a movie channel. So what we use is setup box. Now setup box is what type of device? It is a hardware device, right? So basically, so what happened was in 1990s, they wanted a software which has to run on a hardware equipment, which is a setup box. Okay, so that time we had this person, James Gosling. So James Gosling is also known as father of Java. Okay, James Gosling is a father of Java. They actually initiated this Java project in 1991. Okay, and by 1995 we had the first edition of Java. Okay, so why they needed the Java means they were actually they want a programming language which has to run on a hardware equipment. Okay, so that time we have one company called as Sun Microsystem. For Sun Microsystem, they basically needed uh, like yeah, we had this Sun Microsystem. So there uh, we had these people like James Gosling, Mike Sheridan. They started this project. So initially they given a name called as Green Talk. The extension was GT. Okay, so how exactly means imagine like in our house, baby will be there, right? When baby born, they will not call with the name, right? So obviously they will be having some nicknames, right? So in house they will call Chinu like that. They will start some nickname, correct? Similarly, Java also had one nickname. Okay, at the beginning when they started this project, they they call this programming language as Green Talk. Why they call it means because the team name in Sun Microsystem, their team name itself Green Team. That's why they called it initially. It's a Green Talk. The extension is .gt. Okay, and also some days they call it as a Oak language as well. So why they call it as a Oak language? Because national tree of USA and Canada is oak, right? So that's why They also called at initially they called it as oak language as well. Okay, so and finally they named as Java. So why they named it as Java? Java is an island which is near to Indonesia, where the coffee bean is first produced. Okay, that's why if you see this Java, the symbol, you will be having this hot coffee mug symbol, right? So that is a connection between Java and the hot mug. Okay, so if you want, you can actually in Google Maps you can open the Indonesia and you can see there you can find one small island called Java Island. So where the coffee bean has produced. Okay, so they finally named this language as Java, and also have explained what was the reason behind finding of Java. Okay, and also what was the names which given to the Java language. Okay, so this is the some of the history of Java. So currently, what is the version we are using is uh, 21. Okay, so 21 is the latest one. So every 6 months now Java will give some releases. Okay, so after 1 year, if you see at that time it can be Java 24, 25. So every year, so they will be launching the version. So every 6 months, now it is aggressive as well because Python is also there in the market. So now what they are doing is they are actually updating the Java version every 6 months. Okay, so that's good for the developers so that they can use new programming features as well. Okay. Okay, so before we start with the features of Java, so do you guys have any questions? Okay, so no questions. Okay, so we'll see some of the features of Java. So in the features, first one is simple. Syntax is based on C++. So if you know some topics on C++, it is very easy to learn Java because in C++ also we will be using a main method. In Java also we will be using main method. It is not like mandatory. First you need to learn C++, then you learn Java. It's not like that. Okay. So if you have some knowledge about C++, it is very easy to learn Java. Okay. So most of the syntaxes, so they have copied from C++. Okay. So next is object oriented. In object oriented, so we will be having topics like object, class, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation. So we have some of the object oriented topics. We have lots of topics. So you don't need to worry for now. Okay. So because this is a big concept. So I will explain this when we start this OOPS concept. Okay. So why we need the OOPS concept? Because of code reusability. So what do you mean by code reusability? So in Java, we had this topic called as write once, okay, use it multiple times, or write once, use it in multiple platforms. Okay. So due to that, so we had these topics. So you don't need to worry much on these topics. So I will be explaining all these topics when I start with the object-oriented the concepts. Okay. Next, we have this topic of platform independent. Java is write once, run anywhere language. So Java code can be run on multiple platforms like Windows, Linux, multiple platforms. Java code is compiled by the compiler, converted into the bytecode. So bytecode is platform independent. Because of it, multiple platforms. So we have this topic of platform independent. So platform independent means, so basically what you can do is, okay, what we need to do is we can run the program. Oh, sorry, we can write the program. So what we can do is, so there we have a topic called as bytecode. Okay, so don't worry much. So in upcoming slides, I will explain the execution of Java. I will talk more about the bytecode. So why we will be using this bytecode. Okay. So I will be explain about this in upcoming slide regarding the bytecode. Okay. So during the execution, so that you will understand this topic better. Okay. Next is secured. So Java is secured. Why? Because we are not using any pointers. So if you are from C++ background, so there we will be using called as pointers. Okay. But in Java, we are not at all using any of the pointers. Okay. So pointer is nothing but it is for the memory management. So in memory, in Java, we will be using something called as Java Virtual Machine, JVM. Okay. So it takes care of the memory. You don't need to worry much on the memory management. Okay. So Java is very secured because of this JVM. Okay. So next is multi-threaded. So multi-thread, we have something called as multitasking, multi-threading. So we will be having this topic called as thread topic, threads. Okay. So there I will explain how to create a thread, how to run multiple thread like that. But I will give you a small introduction about multi-threading. So multi-threading means running the programs concurrently. Okay, concurrently means at the same time we are running the Java programs, but each program will not disturb other program. Okay, that is called as multi-threading. For example, I will give you a real life example. Okay, so when you watch the YouTube, right? When you play the YouTube, two things will be happening. One is streaming and another is buffering, right? When you play the YouTube video, what is happening? Streaming. You can see the video, right? And another is buffering. You can see the below the YouTube, you know, we'll be having this play button right next to it. Buffering will be happening, right? So now when streaming is happening, buffering will not affected. When buffering is happening, streaming will not affected. Okay, so that is one of the small example I can tell. But how to create a thread, how to you know run threads concurrently, so we will see when I'm explaining the threads topic. Okay. Okay, so at the beginning I told you there is a topic of bytecode. Okay, now we will be using editor. Okay, so we will be using uh, editor. So editor is basically we have editors like notepad plus plus, eclipse, like that. Okay, so in this class or in this training, so we will be using eclipse. So I will help you to set up if you need any help regarding eclipse. If you want to set up in your computer, I can help you out. And also if you want to install Java, that is also I can help you out. So basically to run a Java programming program in your computer, needed two things. One is Java is needed. Second thing is editor. Okay, this both are needed. So yeah, now I'm explaining about the compilation, right? So I will be using Eclipse. Eclipse. So when I click on the play button, so Java program will be compiled. But what exactly is happening internally? So that I'm going to explain now. Okay, this is very interesting and important topic in Java. Okay, so this is about the compilation. Okay, so the first thing is, so we will be writing the Java code, right? So we'll be writing Java code in what language we will be writing? So we'll be writing in English, correct? But does computer will understand English? No, right? So computer will understand zeros and ones, right? And how exactly when you write a Java code, how exactly it get compiled? Okay, so for this, uh, actually there is a three-step flow. The first thing is we have to write a Java program. Okay, so we will be using this editor. Okay, so in this editor, so we will be, you know, creating the classes. We will be writing the Java programs. Okay, so when you write the Java code, when you write the Java code, so we'll be having something called as compiler. Okay, but when you use editors, you are not able to see any of this because internally all this will be happening. Okay, so we will be writing the Java program. then we will be having a compiler. Okay, so when you write the Java program, when you give to the compiler, so what will happen is compiler will convert your Java code to bytecode. So what do you mean by bytecode? So this bytecode will be in the form of numeric. Okay, so even if you see the bytecode, if you open the bytecode, you are not able to see any of the content in it. Okay, so it will be in the form of numeric. Okay, so write the Java program, give it to the compiler. Compiler will convert your Java code to the bytecode. Okay, that is the first step. Now we will be having one more person called as JVM, Java Virtual Machine. So what it will do is it will actually get your bytecode. It will convert your bytecode to zeros and ones, which is binary code. Okay, so that is what is happening. We will be writing our programs in English. That doesn't mean computer can understand whatever you write, right? So computer will not understand English, right? Computer will understand zeros and ones. So for that, what is happening is we will be writing the Java program, we will give it to the compiler. So what does compiler will do? Compiler, it will convert your Java code to the bytecode, and this bytecode, uh, we will be having this JVM. So what does JVM will do is JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. Okay, so this JVM, what it will do is it will convert your bytecode to binary code, so which will be in the form of zeros and ones. Okay, so this is the execution of Java. Okay, so but when you use editors, you are not able to see anything. So when you click the play button, so Java code will be executed. But the thing is, all these things are will happen internally. Okay, so this is very very important. So here I explained about which will be in the form of you know the numeric code and the compiler and the JVM. Okay, so this is very very important topic. Okay, so this is also a very important topic. Most of the interviews they will ask you what is the difference between JDK, JRE, JVM. Okay, so this I will explain in easiest way so that you will never forget ever. Okay, so in easiest language I will explain. So one is JRE, JVM, JDK. Okay, so first one is JVM. Okay, very very important question in Java. JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. So the first one. The second one is JRE, Java Runtime Environment. JRE, Java Runtime Environment. Third one is JDK, Java Development Kit. So why we need JDK? Why we need JRE? Why we need JVM? Okay, I will explain to you. Okay. Now imagine you want to run a software in your computer. Okay, so what you need is JRE. Okay, you have a software, you just need to run it in your computer. So what we need is JRE. JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. Okay, so you have a software, you want to run it. So what we need is JRE. Next is JDK, Java Development Kit. Okay, Java Development Kit. Now, why do we need JDK? JDK, it is for the developers. Okay, JDK is for developers. Java Development Kit. So the JDK contains whatever a developer need to develop the application. Okay, so the application can be mobile application, whether it can be web application. Okay, so as a developer in your system, you need to install JDK. If you want to just run a software in your computer, we need is JRE. Okay, JDK, JRE. Now, this both JDK, JRE physically exist in your computer. So which mean this particular files will be there in your computer. So let me show you that whenever you install Java in your computer, you can see the two folders. One is JDK and another is JRE. Now this JRE to run a software application in your computer, just what you need is JRE. As a developer, if you want to develop a software, what we need is JDK. Okay, JRE Java Runtime Environment, JDK Java Development Kit. Okay, this is physically exist, guys. Okay, physically you can see, I can see these files. So next we have is JVM, Java Virtual Machine. I've already explained this JVM in the previous slide, right? So I told you JVM. JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. So JVM, what it will do, it will convert your bytecode to binary code, right? So now this JVM is there, right? So JVM, uh, we have multiple uses for this JVM. It will not only blindly, it will run your bytecode. So what does JVM will do is, it will actually manages your memory as well. Okay, memory management of the programs, it will take care of it. Okay, and also what it will do is, it will also convert your bytecode to binary code, so that will also JVM. But JVM, it is not physically exist, which means it is not practically possible to see this. Okay, but JRE and JVM, sorry, JDK and JRE, both are physically exist, you can see it. But JVM, what will happen, it is not possible to see this. Okay, so these are all things will be internally happening. So what does the JVM will do, it will actually loads your code, verifies the code, and also it will execute the program, and also it will provide runtime environment as well. Okay, so these are all the things JVM will do. Okay, so just now I have explained JDK, JRE, JVM. So in detail we have seen this. Okay, this is one of the important topic in Java, and also I have explained execution of Java. Okay, and also the steps. So do you guys have any questions till now? Arjun, any question?
I'm good.
You're good. Okay, okay, okay. Now, I just want to ask you, uh, why are we using why like we have lots of programming languages, right? So why we need Java? So we have other programming languages as well, right? So we can use Python, you can use PHP, you can use .NET, right? But Java, the project was started in 1995. Okay, 1995. It's almost uh, 30. It's literally 30 years old programming language. Okay, so uh, and also now whenever you stuck, whenever you are developing application, whenever you stuck with anything, whenever if whenever you are getting error, so we have a huge community support. Whenever you stuck with any of the error, you copy that error, paste it in the Google, you can find the solution. Okay, that is the main advantages of Java. For every solution, every problem, there is a solution is available. Okay, why? Because it's very old programming language, it's gone through lots of stages. Okay, and also it's a very beautiful programming language, interesting topics you will be having. And each whenever I explain each topic, no, you will enjoy the topics, I will tell you. Okay, okay. So now what we do is, we will write one small program, and what we do is, like, we will execute in the editor. Okay, okay. So I will be using this STS. This is also called as Eclipse. Okay, so if you want to download this STS, so what you can do, you can go to the Google, and in Google you can give like download STS, like that. Okay, so we'll be having this website spring.io. So if you open this, so if you open this, okay, Spring Tools 4 for Eclipse, like that we have, right? Uh, okay, so like this is the download files. I'm using Windows, so I can click this so that the folder it will get download. So inside that you will find one green icon. Okay, so if you double click this, so this particular editor will get open. Okay, so I suggest you to download this software in your computer. So spring.io. Next is there is one more software which is like Java. So for that, download Java, like that. If you give, you can see here download Java for Windows. So if you open this, okay, so download Java. So now once you download Java, so what will happen is you can also see these folders in program files. So you'll be having it. Okay. So these two things we needed. One is Java and another is Eclipse. So if you find any difficulty in downloading or installing the softwares, maybe in the next class you can share your screen. I can help you out in installing or setup. Also, we have the YouTube. You can also see the YouTube, like you can you can learn it. Or if you're facing any issues, I can also help you to install the softwares. Okay, Java and STS. So both are required. Okay, so once you download this STS, you can see this is STS. Now, first thing is we have to create a project. So how to create a project in Eclipse? It's very simple. Just click on File, click on New. Okay, click on Other, click on Other. Search for Java. Java. You can see here Java project. Okay, File, New, Java project. Click Next. So project name is there. So project name I will give like H2K project, like that. I can give some name. You can give directly finish. So new model info.java, like that it will ask. You can give don't create open perspective. Okay, you can see here I downloaded this. I created this project. So whenever you create a project, you need to create under SRC. Okay, so not on the project, under SRC. We always need to create the package. So package is like a folder. Okay, whenever you create a package, so you're creating a folder. So I can give one folder name. So the folder name is maybe I can give like first. Okay, like that. This is my package name. I will give finish. Okay, under SRC, I created a package, and again I will right click on the package. I will click on new, and I will click on class. Okay, so we need to give the class name. So the class name I will give it as hello. Always remember, whenever you create a class, make sure you start with the capital letter. Okay, and you can see you will get this option called as a public static void main. So you can choose this option. Click finish. Okay, so you can see here I have created this the package. I have created a class. So inside of the class, you can see you are also getting the main method. Okay, now imagine you forget to create a main method. So do you need to write a public static and all? Do you need to write? You don't need. You don't need to write the code like this. So we'll be having something called as the shortcuts. Okay. So the shortcut to create a main method is, first you need to type main control space. If you enter control space, main control space. Okay. You can see main method is coming. Click enter. See, main method is automatically created. Okay. So like this we can create. So if you want to create a main method, main control space. Okay. So you get the main method. Now what is the use of this main method? Okay. Now what I will do is I want to print uh, let's say I want to print a line. Okay, so I have to type like system dot out dot print line. Okay, print line. Or else if you don't want to type the full, so we will be having shortcut. Okay, SYSO control space. See, like this. So, okay, very simple. Okay, in 2 minutes you can write this code. So the first one is mean. Let's say you want mean, main mean control space and mean, enter. See, main method created. You want to print something, type SYSO control space. That's it. Okay. Now I want to print, let's say hello H2K. Okay. So I want to print this. Okay. So you can see here I have written system.out.println. Okay. So I have written this code. So I will right click. You can see I will be having outline. In outline you can see main method is there. I can click on run as Java application. You can see hello H2K is coming. Okay. So like that, you can print something. For example, I have written something. Okay. Why can't I directly write it here? System.out.println. So will this print? It will not print. Okay. Why? Because in Java, so everything will starts with your main method. Okay. So if you directly write system.out.println, it will not print. Okay. So we always need a main method. Anything to do in Java, we need main method. Under main method only, we need to write the code. Okay. So I have written hello H2K. Okay. So right click here, run as Java application. Okay. So like that, you can create a multiple class files, and what you can do is you can start writing the code. Okay. Now, so here we will be having lots of things, right? So we will be having public, class, public, static, void, and all. Okay. So you'll be understand everything. Okay. So for now, I will give you a small introduction about what is what. Okay. So the first person we will be having something called as public. So we will call this as access modifier. Okay. So in access modifiers, we will be having public, private, protected, default like that. Okay. Don't worry much. I will explain each and everything. Okay. Next is class. Class, hello. Okay. So name of the class is hello. Class is the keyword. Similarly, again, we will be having public, which will be access modifier. So I will explain all this. Okay. Static is again a keyword. Static can be applied with methods, variables, blocks. I will explain to you in upcoming. Void is we will call it as a return type. Main is a method. Okay. This we will call it as a command line arguments like that we will be calling. So I want to print something. So for that, I have used one inbuilt method called as print line. Okay, system.out.println like that. Okay, so don't worry much. In upcoming classes, I will be explaining about most of the things. Okay, you'll understand one by one. Okay, okay. So what we did is we just created one class file, and in class file, you can see in the slide also. In the slide also, I have explained class name, public is access modifier like that. Static is a keyword, void is a return type, main represents the starting program, string and arg is the command line arguments, print line is the print statement. Okay, so don't worry much. So we'll be understanding each and everything as classes goes on. So you will understand. Okay. So the first topic today, I will start with variable. Okay, variable. So the name itself, variable. Variable means changeable, right? So in Java, variable is name of the reserved area located memory. So what will happen is whenever you execute the program, so in a program you will be using something called as variable. Okay. So okay, so let me explain to you in practically so that you will understand. Okay. Okay. For example, I want to store a number. Okay. So I want to store a number. So for that I will use int I is equal to 10. Okay. So integer I is equal to 10. Okay. Next, I want to, so int, I will call it as a data type. Okay. Int is a data type. Similarly, for example, I want to store a name. For example, we will be having a string name is equal to, okay, Tejesh, like this. Okay. Similarly, I want to just store true or false. Okay. So then I will be having something called as boolean is equal to boolean, maybe a is equal to true, like that. Okay. Here you can see here I name a, I name a, all we will call it as variable. Okay. I name a. So this is what variable. Int is string boolean, this we will call it as a data type. Okay. This we will call it as a data type. 10 pages true. What is it? This is a data, right? So for example, I can give like age, right? I can store age. Let's say name pages, right? Okay. So now here what is important? Here the important is the variable age and name. Okay. So this both is what? Variable. Now this variable we will be having different types. Okay. So one we will be having a instance variable and another we will call it as a local variable. Okay. So now instance variable means a variable which is declared, which is declared inside the class but outside the method. Okay. This is inside the class, outside the method. For example, I will declare it here. Okay. So this is what? Instance variable. Instance variable. This is what? This is local variable. Local variable. Okay. Instance variable, local variable. Now why I call it as a local? A variable which is declared inside the class. Okay. A variable which is declared inside the called as local variable. A variable which is declared inside the class but outside the method. You can see here age I have declared outside the method but inside the class. But we have this local variable which is declared inside the method. Okay. This is local variable. Now, so what is the use of this instance variable and local variable? So we will be having something called a scope. Okay. So the scope of local variable is only within the method. For example, I want to print a Tejesh. So what I can do, I do this system.out.println line. So what I can do, I can type name. Okay. Now what will happen? So when I run this program, you can see Tejesh is getting printed here, right? I have declared string name is equal to Tejesh. System.out.println name. You can see Tejesh is getting printed, right? Now I want to print 10, which is age. So what I can do, I will write system.out.println. I can type age, age, right? But here you can see here, so I'm getting one error. Okay. So don't worry for now. I will be writing a keyword called as static. So I will explain this. What is the use of this static when I'm explaining the static variable topic. Okay. So for now, blindly you can use static for now. So later I will explain. Okay. You can see. the error gone. The moment when I give static, the error is gone. Now if you see when I try, you can see when I click on Java application, Tejesh, okay, and 10. So both are getting printed. Name and age, both are getting printed. Okay. So this is instance variable and this is local variable. Now imagine you will be having one more method. Okay. So for example, public void run. Okay. So we'll be having another method. Now in this method, again, I want to print uh, Tejas and 10. I want to print. But here, uh, okay, so I will make it a static here. Okay, I want to print Tejas and 10. So what I can do when I do the system.out.println, if we give age, you can see there is no error is coming. But if you see this name, if you see this name, I'm not able to access it. I'm getting this error. Okay. So why I'm getting this error? Okay. Because in variable, actually three types. One is instance variable, local variable, static variable, like that. Okay. So for now, I want you to forget about the static variable. Okay. Just uh, understand the instance and local variable. Okay. Now you can see here age and name is there. If you see in this method, I have no problem. When I give name and age, I have no problem. But if you see this another method, I'm getting this problem, right? I'm getting this error. I'm not getting error here. So age I'm able to access, but name I'm not able to access. Why this is happening? Why? Because this is instance variable. The scope for the instance variable is throughout the program. Okay. But scope for the local variable only for the block or only for the method. Okay. So if you make uh, okay, so that's why I'm getting the error. Okay. So if you declare a local variable outside the method, I'm not able to use it. If you declare a instance variable throughout the program, you can use. Okay. Now I want to print both Tejas name and age. Now what is the solution? So for this, the solution is what we can do instead of declaring it as a local variable. So make this is also the instance, so that see now error is gone. Why error is gone? Because I made name is also instance variable, right? Now due to that, the scope will be there for entire program. Okay. So this is the difference between local and instance. So I just explained regarding the instance variable and local variable. Okay. So local variable inside the method, instance variable inside the class. Scope for the local variable is just for the method, for the instance variable throughout the program. Okay. So this is instance variable and local variable. Okay. So any questions?
Whatever they're I'm good. Okay.
You're good. You have some like programming idea, like you already know C++
What 105 plus
or
50.
any programming language.
Yeah, I have experience in Java and C and a little bit C++.
Okay.
I'm really most interested in the back end part of Java. I don't have much
Okay.
experience in that part,
Hmm.
but
Okay.
I do
Okay.
understand the instance and local,
Hmm.
the difference
Okay.
between them.
So okay. So what we can do is like uh, okay. So some of the basics, right? Like do you know about the conditional statements regarding we have like if else?
It is matching. Yeah. Okay, because it takes these
So
values and then
we'll be
gives
having
the
like
value
while
directly in the
and do
formula.
while.
Okay. Yeah. So that means that tells me that these
Then
capacity.
Okay. So what we do is I will cover some of the basics, okay, at the beginning regarding the conditional statements, looping statements, and all.
Hmm.
I will give you some introduction, and also I will explain you some of the things like you know we having something called a switch statement. Okay, what is the difference between switch and else if ladder, like that. So then once I complete with that, so what we
Yeah.
do is we will jump into oops concept, which is very very important. As just now you told you want to become a backend developer. So the backend developer, what is exactly is needed is the oops concepts. Okay, in
Hmm.
object oriented topic covering what is object, inheritance, polymorphism, abstract class, interface. Okay, so what we do is we will understand in detail. Okay, so once we completed that, as a backend developer, you also need the collection framework as well. So there we will be using called as array list, linked list, hash map, then a little bit knowledge about the arrays. So these are all the things are needed. So what I do is first I will cover the core Java or fundamentals of Java. So once I completed all of this, then what we do, we will jump into the Hibernate part. Okay, so in a Hibernate, so what you will be understanding is we will be having a database, how to connect with your Java programs with the backend. We do that.
Hmm.
So then what we do, we will be having a Spring framework. In Spring framework, so uh, Arjun, can you mute because I'm getting lots of background
Oh,
noise.
sorry.
So I will speak. Huh? Don't mind. So what we do is once you completed the Hibernate part. So in Hibernate, what will happen is you will be mapping your Java program with the database. So there, what we will be having is we will be having multiple tables. Okay, how to join one table to another, how to do the mappings and all. So once you completed the Hibernate part, so we will move to the Spring framework. In Spring framework, what we do is we will be using something called as RESTful services. Okay, so what we do is we will build the APIs. To test the API, what we do is we'll be having something called as Postman to test it. So we'll test the APIs working or not. So once if it's working, then what we do? So we will introduce the front end. The front end you can opt for React or any of the programming language. So what we can do, we can connect our RESTful services with the front end. Okay, so like that. Uh, so what we can do, so first we go step by step. Okay, so first I will complete the fundamentals. Then important topic is oops topic. Then once I completed the oops topic, then you will be understanding regarding the collection. Then also we will be having topics like the threads, multi-threading and all we will be learning. So once you cover the fundamentals, once you are good at the fundamentals, then we will be using the advanced Java, which will be the Hibernate and Spring framework. So what we do is we will build projects. Okay, so what we do, since it's today is the introduction class, what it did is like I give you lots of theory part. So from next class onwards, so it will be more of a practical, so less of theory. So what we do is in oops concepts also. So what we do, we go in depth, we'll understand and we will learn. Okay, so any questions? I'm going, is it little fast or it's slow, like, so what will be your feedback?
Um,
Like,
wait, what were you gonna say?
I'm going too fast or is it okay?
Oh, no, I think the pace is good.
Okay,
This is just
okay.
intro, right? So
Yes. I started with the intro. Okay,
I don't
so
think I'm
do you,
familiar with the Hibernate and the
uh,
Spring framework as much, so that's what I'm looking
definitely,
forward
I
to.
will help you out. I will have having a very good knowledge about the Spring Framework and Hibernate and other things. So what we do is we will build projects. Okay, we
Hmm.
will do lots of project. So I can make you like kind of like how exactly in real time in a software company. So what was the requirement you will get? So with the requirement, how exactly you're going to build a software application? Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
we'll be definitely doing that. So in upcoming class it will be very very interesting. And what also we do is whenever we complete our class, at the end we will also having some of the FAQs. Okay, so this will really help you maybe whenever you are facing any interviews and all, it will be very useful for you. Or example, when during your curriculum also, if you're having this topic of Java, the topics or questions you might expect similar type of questions in maybe interview or in your exams also. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we'll do that. So I think it's a first day. I don't want to go much. So maybe I just want to. Today class is about. It's about me and uh, you know whether you are whatever I explain you are able to understand or not. For
Mm-hmm.
that, okay. So
Okay.
maybe we can meet again on Sunday. So Sunday, so I will be taking you to most of the topics. So you have some good knowledge. So we don't want to waste lots of time in it. So what I do, okay, so I will explain about the conditional statements.
Okay.
And okay, these are the things you know, and this is the things you don't know. Okay, so what are the things you don't know? So that I will explain. Okay, so like that we
Okay.
will do. And from there, maybe on third class itself, we will start with the OOPS concept, and we will take it further. Okay,
Okay.
so
Uh,
in your computer, the tools are installed, Java is installed or not?
mm-hmm. I have Java.
Java, do you have? Okay, okay. And what about this tool? Do you have any Eclipse for
Yeah,
now?
I have Eclipse.
Oh, you have the Eclipse also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Then I think whenever maybe class get over, it is easy for you to practice as well, right?
On Eclipse?
Yeah, yeah. You can
Yeah.
practice right in your system if you have already have the Eclipse. Do you have the Eclipse or this one you have? Spring you have
No, I have
in your system?
Eclipse.
Eclipse. Huh? Why? Because what you can do, we have this website, okay? Spring IO tools, okay? This is the
Mm-hmm.
website. Maybe I can send you in the chat. You can use this.
I have VS Code too.
Oh, you also have it.
Yeah, I have VS Code.
Yeah. Editor is fine, but end of the day, you know how to run it, right? Whether it can be
Yeah.
Visual Code or Eclipse. So end of the day, you need to know how to run. That is very very important. Okay. So why I'm telling you to use this particular tool? For example, I want to create a Spring application. Okay. In your Eclipse, I don't. You are not able to see this option. Okay. For example, if you see when you click new and you click new here, yeah, this option Spring Starter project, so this particular option will not come for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not getting, that's fine. So what you can do, you can click on help here, and you can click on the Eclipse Marketplace. Okay, when you click on Eclipse Marketplace, you can search for a Spring framework. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so if you add that particular plugin into your Eclipse, you will get this option called a Spring Starter project. Okay, so this will be very very useful for you when you are using a Spring framework. Okay, so this plugin you can add in your Eclipse. So it's taking little time to load. So let me show you that how you can add this. Okay, so once you open this marketplace, you can search for Spring. Okay, Spring like this, and if you click enter, this one. Okay, Spring Tools 3 add-on. If you click on install or 4, Spring Tools 4 installed, currently for me it's coming, right? So what
Mm-hmm.
you can do, you can add this plugin so that when you click on file and new, so you get this particular option, Spring Starter project. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so if you have Eclipse, you can add that plugin so that you will get it. You can also
Okay.
use Visual Code also. But the thing is, like for Eclipse, most of the things are kind of a predefined. So you don't need to add any of the third party or missing plugins. Most of the things are kind of a pre-installed in the Eclipse. So that's why. I work for a software company. So if you want, I can also use IntelliJ also. So whatever
No,
is
no.
convenient for you.
Eclipse is, I think, the best because it's simple.
Okay. Yeah, it is simple. So so any requirement if you need yeah, fine. So we will use Eclipse only. Okay. So we can use Eclipse, and so we will build projects.
Okay.
Okay. Any particular question or doubts if you want to ask, feel free to ask.
How many classes will we have a week?
Uh, so I yet to ask. So it will be feasible only. Okay. Maybe. So I'm available from Monday to Friday. So whenever you needed, whether you wanted a 4 days class or 5 day class, or you wanted every day, that is also fine. So maybe that we can find out. Okay. So which days we can do like that. They told me
Mm-hmm.
that I need to cover like 60 hours. Okay, 60 hours of topics I need to teach. That's
Mm-hmm.
what they told for now, and they told Monday to Friday. Uh, that's okay if you in between. We can actually maybe you can talk with the coordinator and we can get it sorted on that part regarding the
Okay.
schedule. Hmm.
Okay.
Any other particular questions in your mind?
I'm good. I'm good.
You're good, right? Yeah, since it's the first day, I don't know you. Yeah, we just met, so we did not had much of uh, communication. Okay, so next class onwards. So what you can do, you can be unmute also. So whenever you got any doubts or something, feel free to ask. I will also so it will be interactive so that you will also not get bored, right? So when you
Yeah.
listen to radio for a long time, what we get is sleep, right?
Yeah.
But when you're talking to other person, you will never get sleep, right? So you'll be interactive, you will be learning. Whenever you have doubts, you can asking, right? So it will be easy, right? So we'll
Mm-hmm.
be more interactive from the next class, because first day, I don't know, there were many people. When I started the class, there were like 6 people. So
Yeah.
that's why I haven't spoke much. So yeah, so we'll be yeah. Okay, Arjun. So I just want to give this introduction for today. I just want to meet